All right, make sure to fill up that cup buttercups, because we're about to dive headfirst into the surprisingly chill world of Stoicism to supercharge your productivity. Forget those frantic, caffeine-fueled productivity gurus yelling at you. We're going full Zen warrior on this one. Ever feel like you're just running around like a headless chicken, accomplishing absolutely nothing but maybe a personal best in the "how many times can I check my phone in an hour" competition? Yeah, me too. Well, not anymore, thanks to the ancient wisdom of some seriously cool dudes in togas. We're talking about Stoicism, folks. Not the kind of stiff upper lip thing your grandma told you about, but a legit philosophy for kicking butt at life and getting stuff done without losing your sanity. Welcome, my friends, to the Stoic path to productivity. I'm your guide, and trust me, if I can learn to apply these principles without accidentally burning my toast every morning, you definitely can too. So, what's this Stoicism thing anyway? Picture this. Ancient Greece, lots of philosophers with beards, and a whole lot of thinking about how to live a good life. And guess what? Their insights are still ridiculously relevant today, even if we've traded the togas for, well, whatever questionable fashion choices you're rocking right now. No judgment. At its core, Stoicism is all about living a virtuous life. Now, before you start picturing yourself as some saintly figure, virtue here just means being a good human. Think things like wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. Basically, being a decent person who makes good decisions. Sounds simple, right? Well, sometimes the simplest things are the hardest, like remembering where you put your keys. Another key pillar of Stoicism is reason. These guys were all about using logic and clear thinking to navigate life's ups and downs. No getting swept away by emotions like a toddler in a candy store. We're aiming for a calm, rational approach to everything, even that mountain of emails that seems to multiply overnight. And perhaps the most crucial principle for our productivity journey is understanding what we can and cannot control. This is huge, folks. We can't control the traffic, we can't control the weather, and let's be honest, we probably can't even control what our neighbor decides to blast on their stereo at 7 a.m. But what can we control? Our thoughts, our actions, and our reactions. This is where the magic happens, my friends. Now, why are we talking about all this philosophical mumbo-jumbo on a productivity channel? Because Stoicism isn't just some dusty old theory. It's a practical toolkit for living a more fulfilling and, yes, a more productive life. This video is all about taking those core Stoic principles and turning them into actionable steps you can use today to make your days less chaotic and more, well, productive. We're not just aiming to be busy, we're aiming to be effectively busy. Big difference, trust me. All right, let's get down to brass tacks. What exactly is Stoic productivity? It's not about grinding yourself into dust or subscribing to every single productivity hack that pops up on your feed. In fact, it's often the opposite. Stoic productivity is about being intentional with your time and energy. It's about focusing on what truly matters and letting go of the things that don't. Think of it as being a laser beam instead of a scattered flashlight. You get way more done when you focus that energy, right? The key here is effectiveness and efficiency. The Stoics weren't exactly fans of just being busy for the sake of being busy. Seneca, one of the OG Stoic rock stars, famously said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a good deal of it." Ouch. Truth bomb right there. So, Stoic productivity is about minimizing that waste. It's about doing the right things, in the right way at the right time. It's about quality over quantity. Would you rather spend all day checking off a million meaningless tasks, or focus on the few key things that will actually move the needle? I'm guessing the latter, unless you have a secret love affair with busy work. No judgment, maybe a little. Now, how does this differ from those traditional productivity hacks you see everywhere? Well, a lot of those hacks focus on squeezing every last drop of efficiency out of your day, often leading to burnout and stress. Stoic productivity, on the other hand, is rooted in well-being. It's about finding a sustainable way to be productive without sacrificing your mental and emotional health. We're not chasing some arbitrary number of tasks completed. We're aiming for a sense of accomplishment and fulfillment that comes from focusing on what's truly important and acting in accordance with our values. It's about being productive with purpose, my friends. And who knows, maybe you'll even have time for a nap. Now that's what I call productive. Okay, let's talk about how to actually start your day like a Stoic productivity ninja. The morning sets the tone for the entire day, right? If you start off in a chaotic frenzy, chances are the rest of your day will follow suit. Think of it like a badly made cup of coffee. It just ruins everything. The Stoics understood the importance of intention. They believed in starting the day by consciously choosing how you want to approach it. This isn't about some elaborate ritual involving chanting and incense, unless that's your thing, no judgment, but rather simple practices that can help you cultivate a positive mindset and focus. One powerful Stoic practice for the morning is journaling. Now don't groan. This isn't about writing your deepest, darkest secrets in a leather-bound diary, unless you want to, again, no judgment. Stoic journaling is more about self-reflection and setting intentions. You could ask yourself questions like, what are my priorities for today? Logically, what challenges might I face? Logically, and how can I respond to those challenges with virtue and reason? Think of it as a quick mental tune-up for the day ahead. It helps you get clear on what's important and reminds you of the kind of person you want to be, even when Brenda from accounting steals your favorite mug again. We've all been there. Another fantastic Stoic morning practice is meditation. Now, before you picture yourself levitating in a lotus position, Stoic meditation is more about mindful awareness. It's about taking a few moments to observe your thoughts and feelings without judgment. You don't have to empty your mind completely. Let's be real, that's practically impossible. Just focus on your breath or your senses for a few minutes. It's like hitting the reset button for your brain before the day even begins. Even just 5 minutes of quiet contemplation can make a huge difference in your focus and emotional regulation throughout the day. Plus, it's a great way to catch those early morning worries before they snowball into full-blown anxiety monsters. Nobody wants that. Finally, setting daily goals is a crucial part of a Stoic morning routine. But we're not talking about a massive, overwhelming to-do list that makes you want to crawl back into bed. The Stoics emphasized focusing on what you can control. So instead of setting a goal like, finish this entire project today, which might depend on other people, focus on smaller, actionable steps you can control, like work on section 1 of the project for 2 hours. This approach helps you break down big tasks into manageable chunks and gives you a sense of accomplishment as you tick them off. Plus, it keeps you focused on the present moment and what you can do right now to move forward. Remember, the Stoics were all about taking action, not just passively waiting for things to happen. So, ditch the snooze button and embrace the power of a Stoic morning. Your future productive self will thank you. Okay, you've had your Zen morning, you're feeling focused and ready to conquer the world. And then reality hits you like a rogue wave. Emails flooding your inbox, unexpected meetings popping up. Your coworker needs help with something. The chaos of the day can be overwhelming. But fear not, my Stoic Padawans, because we have principles to guide us through the storm. One of the most important Stoic strategies for managing your workload is prioritization. Remember that whole focus on what truly matters thing. This is where it comes into play. Not every task is created equal. Some things are urgent and important, others are, well, less so. The Stoics would encourage you to identify your top priorities and focus your energy there. Think of it like triage in a busy emergency room. You deal with the most critical cases first. Another key Stoic principle for navigating the day is focusing on the present moment. This sounds simple, but in our constantly distracted world, it's a superpower. How often do you find yourself worrying about the future or dwelling on the past when you should be focusing on the task at hand? Yeah, me too. The Stoics believed that the only time we truly have is the present moment. So, when you're working on something, try to be fully present and engaged. Put away your phone, close those extra tabs on your computer, and give your full attention to what you're doing. It's amazing how much more productive you can be when you're not constantly switching between tasks. Minimizing distractions is another crucial element of Stoic productivity. The Stoics valued inner peace and tranquility, and constant distractions are the enemy of both. Identify your biggest time wasters. Is it social media? Email notifications? That one chatty coworker who always seems to appear at your desk when you're in the zone? Once you know your distractions, take steps to minimize them. Turn off notifications, schedule specific times for checking email, and maybe invest in some noise-canceling headphones. Your focused self will thank you, and your chatty coworker might just get the hint. Maybe. But what happens when the unexpected inevitably occurs? Because let's face it, life rarely goes according to plan. Your computer crashes, a last-minute request lands on your desk, or your cat decides your keyboard is the perfect place for a nap. The Stoics had a fantastic perspective on these challenges. They understood that some things are simply outside of our control. What matters is how we respond to them. Instead of getting frustrated or angry, try to approach unexpected challenges with a sense of calm and rationality. Ask yourself, what can I control in this situation? Logically, what is the most reasonable course of action? Swing and what can I learn from this? This doesn't mean you have to be emotionless. It's okay to feel frustrated, but don't let those emotions derail your entire day. Acknowledge them, but then consciously choose to focus on finding a solution. The Stoics believed in the power of reason to overcome adversity. So, take a deep breath, assess the situation, and figure out the next best step. Remember, even setbacks can be opportunities for growth. Plus, they make for great stories later. Oh, you think your day was bad? Let me tell you about the time my cat deleted my entire presentation. All right, the day is winding down. You've, hopefully, tackled your to-do list like a Stoic champion, and it's time for one of the most valuable Stoic practices, evening reflection. This isn't just about mindlessly scrolling through social media before bed, though, let's be honest, we all do it sometimes. Evening reflection, from a Stoic perspective, is a deliberate and thoughtful review of your day. Think of it as a post-game analysis for your day. What went well? What didn't go so well? What can you learn from both the successes and the failures? The Stoics believed that regular self-examination was essential for personal growth and for living a virtuous life. And guess what? It's also incredibly helpful for boosting your productivity in the long run. One way to approach evening reflection is to simply ask yourself a few key questions. For example, what did I accomplish today that I'm proud of? Zarania, where did I fall short of my intentions? Logically, what could I have done differently? Zarania, and what can I do tomorrow to be even more effective? You can jot these reflections down in your journal, or simply think about them quietly. The important thing is to be honest with yourself and to approach your review with a spirit of learning and self-improvement, not self-criticism. Remember, the Stoics weren't about perfection, they were about progress. Another crucial element of Stoic evening reflection is practicing gratitude. Take a few moments to appreciate the good things that happen during the day, no matter how small. Did you have a pleasant conversation with a colleague? Did you finally finish that one annoying task? Did you manage to resist the urge to eat that entire bag of chips? Hey, small victories count. Focusing on gratitude helps shift your mindset towards the positive and reminds you of the good things in your life, even on challenging days. Finally, evening reflection is also a time to prepare for the next day. Based on your reflections, what are your top priorities for tomorrow? What steps can you take to make your day even more productive and intentional? By planning ahead, even just a little bit, you can start your next day with a sense of clarity and purpose, ready to tackle whatever comes your way with your newfound Stoic superpowers. So, ditch the late-night doom scrolling and embrace the power of evening reflection. Your future productive and slightly more Zen self will thank you for it. Well, there you have it, folks. Your crash course in Stoic principles for a productive day. Remember, this isn't about becoming some emotionless robot who never has a bad day. It's about developing the mental resilience and clarity to navigate the ups and downs of life with more intention and focus. And hey, if you manage to apply even a few of these principles, you might just find yourself getting more done with less stress. Which, let's be honest, is a win-win in my book. So, give these Stoic principles a try and let me know in the comments which ones resonate with you the most. And if you accidentally burn your toast while trying to be a Stoic in the morning, don't worry. Even Marcus Aurelius probably had his off days. Now go forth, be productive, be virtuous, and try not to let Brenda from accounting get under your skin. Until next time, stay Stoic, stay productive, and stay awesome.